Hi, and welcome to Girl Talk. We are here today at South Coast Imaging here in Hilton Head. Jerry is here.
Correct.
Good to see you. Oh my God. I don't know why I tarry you all the time, Jerry, but it is great to see you.
Thank you.
I think we've been involved in such interesting conversations this morning.
Man, we've gone all over the place.
We
before
really
the cameras have been rolling.
Exactly. Susan Eisen is here. Debbie Cord is here. Lots and lots to talk about. And I think we're a little skittish today, or at least excited. We've been talking about really important things because breast cancer.
Great conversations coming up today. Great
really
stuff.
Have. Talking about families, I was telling you all, my mom slipped and fell the other day, got a compound fracture, and that sort of brought up the topic of families, pulling them all together as they get a little bit older.
Right. Well, with Daybreak Adult Care, we work with families, not just the adult who needs care, and we do go into their homes, but bringing the whole family together. It is a family issue. It's not just an elderly person issue or an adult post-surgical. It's siblings from a distance, siblings locally, anybody concerned. And a lot of times just broaching that topic, especially if the relationships aren't healthy, you got to put matters aside and really focus on what's important.
How do you actually do that? What is your recommendation for pulling the siblings together? Is it phone conference? Is it in person? Because I know people live all over the place now. It's tough to get everyone together and on the same page.
Well, actually, now we can Skype, we can email, and it's a matter of, if you haven't talked in 5 years, it's a matter of, just sucking it up and go into it and saying, through email, if it's less invasive or whatnot, and saying, we've got to really talk about this. Mom fell, or, dad had a bad, visit with his doctor. There's some stuff going on. We really need to talk about what their plans are. Do they have these advanced directives in place? What are we going to do long term?
I feel like many adults, and I'm speaking as I'm 60, I want to age in place as much as I can. I don't necessarily want to be moved around. Is that something that you all try to focus on? Or
Absolutely. Well, of course, it's whatever's best for that person, their family. You have to take into consideration their finances, what kind of conditions they have, what their home is like. People spend their whole lives building their homes around their families, and they have a lot of mementos and things that are very important to them. Maybe they're handed down, or they're living in their family home. They don't want to leave. My grandmother, she would have stayed in her house. Well, she did stay in her house till she passed away, but nobody was getting her out of there.
Right.
So that was a tough issue to deal with. But home care came in, eventually hospice came in, all the services she needed. But she had the finances in place to help pay for that. So there's a lot of other issues to discuss.
Can you all help? I'm sorry. Can you all help us kind of figure out how to manage all that?
Right. Well, we can help. We can do assessments when we go in and figure out what the issues are, and we can give some guidance. But we have a lot of partners in the community, like, let's say, real estate agents, long-term care planners. There are also geriatric counselors or who are certified to help families deal with this, especially if they're at a distance or their relationships aren't healthy, like where children no longer have relationships with their parents, but they understand, it's still my responsibility, but I want hands off. So there are some geriatric advisors out there who can be the advocate.
Well, the thing I struggle with is, family that's long distance and closed as to what's going on. They don't want to worry you. They don't want to put undue stress on you, because I know, you've got a job and a family and your own thing, and they're thinking, we don't want to be a burden, but we need to be there to help.
Right, you need to figure out what's going on.
But I just don't know how to open up that communication if they don't really want to disclose anything.
Well, you have to listen, and like with my parents, they don't want to talk about it at all. They're around 70. I go in and I listen. I try to say, I understand how you feel about this, that this is, a really big deal to you. And, of course, no one wants to talk about their end of life. But you're like, I am going to be responsible ultimately, or me and my brother, whoever, do you have this in place? What can I do to help you? And more listen as opposed to attacking. And I have to do that with my daughter, too. Yeah. I have a 17-year-old, so I have to listen and try to understand first.
And I know we're going to take a quick break here, but what I hear you say is do it proactively before somebody slips and falls.
Right.
Reactive is definitely the wrong time, although it's very common.
As always, we have a great time talking here. Stay with us. We'll be right back here on Girl Talk. There's a lot more to come.
Girl Talk is brought to you by The Greenery, Stoneworks, Custom Audio Video, and Island Tire and Automotive Services. Please support these local businesses as they make this program possible.